Hi, everyone. I'm Kristen Cho.
And I'm Cameron Word.
TGIF, everyone.
Woohoo, Friday.
Woo, okay. Any special plans for the weekend?
No. Right now, I have 2 dogs at home.
Yes.
So I have Simba,
you do.
my regular dog, my dog.
Yes. And who's the other dog?
So my other dog, it's a friend's dog. They went to the U.S. for a little bit of a longer vacation, so they needed someone to look after him. So I feel like all I'm doing right now at home is focusing on 2 dogs, walking both, but I can't walk them together.
Why?
So I have to do...
Really? Oh, because they're different speeds?
They're different. So Simba is bigger. And then my friend's dog is like a tiny, tiny Maltese. And it's older.
And it's older.
14 years old.
Okay.
So he's really cute, but he just has to walk really, really slowly. And Simba, I tried to do it one time, and Simba is like, come on. We've got more areas to sniff. So
come on.
Yeah.
That's right. He's losing his patience.
So that's my weekend. Those are my weekend plans. What are your weekend plans?
That is so funny. My weekend plans, nothing special, but of course, as a working mom, you just have to do all the household things, household chores that you haven't been done, throughout the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, it's pretty good. And speaking of dogs, I also kind of babysat a dog, but I had to go to their house.
Oh, yeah.
Because our little Boo is like so scared of Scotty.
Boo, what is Boo? What
Bui,
type of dog?
Bui. It is a half Maltese and a poodle, I think, or it's a mix.
Maltipoo.
Maltipoo, there you go.
Ah, okay, so it's smaller as well.
Yeah, it's okay. Boy, our lives are full of
Our lives
drama.
have gone to the dogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. We have a taxi cab conversation for you today. And the title is, I think your meeting is going to go well. 손님의 회의는 잘 진행될 것 같아요. Okay, very good. So here are 3 expressions that we're going to cover. If you are cool as a cucumber. Yeah, this is a great expression.
Means you're super relaxed. You're not stressed out.
Yeah.
You have no anxiety whatsoever.
So cool.
Cool as a cucumber.
Cool. All right. If you hail, H-A-I-L, a cab or taxi, this is a good word to know.
This means that you get a cab on the road.
On the road.
Like, not through your phone, generally.
I see.
Usually it's when you're on the side of the road and you hold up your hand, taxi!
Yeah.
That is hailing a cab.
Okay. And how about the heart of somewhere?
The heart of somewhere means the center or the most important area of a place.
Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and listen to our taxi cab conversation.
So, what kind of meeting do you have today? You mentioned it's over dinner.
It's with a potential investor in my startup business. Talking to you has really calmed me down.
You seem as cool as a cucumber to me. I think your meeting is going to go well.
Thanks. Who would have thought that hailing a cab would be my best decision today?
Hey, I'm just a friendly taxi driver, not some business guru.
I know, but you work in the heart of global finance.
Please join us on page 128. You can find our power dialogue there. Thomas begins by saying, so, what kind of meeting do you have today? You mentioned it's over dinner. Oh, I like this expression. We're having the meeting over dinner.
Yes.
What does this mean?
This means you are going to eat dinner while you conduct your meeting. So it's what we call like a working dinner.
Okay.
Right?
Would you say like a dinner meeting or having dinner or, like having a meeting over dinner? Which would you prefer?
That having the meeting over dinner is probably the more natural way to say it.
I agree.
A dinner meeting. Yeah, if I heard that, I wouldn't be exactly sure what you meant, maybe.
I almost feel like a lunch meeting could work, but a dinner meeting just seems a little...
That is,
Yeah, because a lunch meeting can work.
Totally.
Yeah, because usually we think dinner, well, we're done with work.
Yeah, I think it's the time of day making it weird.
That's right. Okay. So Brianne says what?
It's with a potential investor in my startup business. Talking to you has really calmed me down.
Okay. So Brianne has a meeting with a potential investor. Okay. And Brianne is nervous. And just having this conversation with a cab driver is calming her down.
Yes.
Thomas says, you seem as cool as a cucumber to me. I think your meeting is going to go well. So it's an old phrase, cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
Yeah, oi. You know, we like the oi in the summer because it's cool on our face.
You know when you go to
we
like
have
a
the oi
spa,
massage. Yeah.
or you go to the spa and they put the cucumber slices on your eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cooling.
It is weird. Like even there's no ice, like you didn't put it in ice, but it still feels cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But because of that sensation, we have this expression, as cool as a cucumber.
Right.
And here, it's usually not used in the sense of like, oh, they're so cool, 멋지다.
Oh, yes.
Right? It's more about like, they're calm. Right? Like, oh, you don't seem to have any stress, any worries. So.
Yeah. Especially in a situation where you should be nervous or you should be scared, like, panicked. You're like, there are some people who are really cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, like bungee jumping.
Yeah.
I would be so scared.
Oh, no.
But you see some people and they're like,
it's okay.
well, no big deal. I can do this.
All right. What does Brianne say?
Thanks. Who would have thought that hailing a cab would be my best decision today?
Okay, let's break this down. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
This is our power pattern. What does this mean?
So, who would have thought means there is something that happened, and I'm kind of surprised by it.
Yes.
This is not what I expected. So that is what is meant by this expression, who would have thought?
Right.
Of course, afterwards, you usually have to give what the surprising thing is.
Okay, and the surprising thing is that hailing a cab would be my best decision today. So if you hail a cab, you have to be on the street.
Yeah, I usually because now a lot of times we get it on our phone, don't we?
On our app,
Yeah, on the apps. You might say call a cab, grab a cab, get a cab, but hail in particular, H-A-I-L, it does make it seem like you're raising your hand or you're yelling.
Like, think of a scene in New York City.
Taxi!
Taxi!
Take me to Rockefeller Center.
Yeah, that's right.
That sort of thing.
Yeah. I feel in Korea more and more we're calling for a cab. So when you're doing it through an app, what verb do you use?
Yeah, I'd probably say call a cab.
Yeah, call a cab.
Even if I'm not actually getting on the phone.
Right.
I'd probably still say call a cab.
Yeah, call a cab. So hail a cab. So basically, Brianne is saying, wow, I mean, I'm so glad that I got a taxi, and this was such a wonderful surprise to be here and talk to you. You're making me feel better.
Yeah, she's
thinking,
oh, I'm really lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
What a surprise. What a great surprise. Thomas says, hey, I'm just a friendly taxi driver, not some business guru. Okay. So, G-U-R-U. Now, there is such thing as a spiritual guru, but it is used more casually. What is a business guru?
Yeah, so a guru is like an expert, right?
Yeah.
So a business guru would be a business expert, but we often use it for like people that write books or have conferences.
Yeah.
You wouldn't use this for like a business professor.
That's right.
Even though they are an expert in business, this is more like the freelance business expert.
Yeah, like the consultant.
Right, the consultant. Or, when it's even like for those books that are like supposed to give you motivation or tell you how to be a good leader.
Yeah, self-help guru.
Yeah.
Fitness guru. So these are people who have a lot of experience, but they're not like academics per se.
Yeah, they can be.
They can be.
But it is not that they're working in a school necessarily.
Yeah, that's right. So Thomas is saying, hey, I'm not a business guru. I'm just a taxi driver. And Brianne says,
I know, but you work in the heart of global finance.
Okay. So if you work in the heart of global finance, this is a little bit confusing to understand because he's a taxi driver. How could he work in the heart of global finance?
Yes. So global finance, of course, are all the stock the stock trading and the
Wall Street.
banking and
Yeah.
all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So if you're in the heart of global finance, you're saying you're in the most important place where
it.
global finance happens.
Right.
So if you think of certain cities, New York City, for example,
Yeah.
maybe London, maybe there are a few other places that you could probably call the heart of global finance where the biggest portion of all of this like stock trading and
Right.
banking happens.
Right. And he's probably taking a lot of passengers back and forth to Wall Street, the airport,
If
or
he's
other
having
places.
he's having all of these conversations, so he's learning a lot from all of these experts.
That's right. All right, let's go ahead and listen to that one more time.
So, what kind of meeting do you have today? You mentioned it's over dinner.
It's with a potential investor in my startup business. Talking to you has really calmed me down.
You seem as cool as a cucumber to me. I think your meeting is going to go well.
Thanks. Who would have thought that hailing a cab would be my best decision today?
Hey, I'm just a friendly taxi driver, not some business guru.
I know, but you work in the heart of global finance.
It's time for Power Note. We're on pages 130 and 131. If you are as cool as a cucumber, it means that you are calm, you're not stressed out, but particularly the situation is stressful or the situation is very difficult. But despite that, you are calm.
Yes.
Okay. Just be quiet and let me do the talking.
Don't worry about me. I'm as cool as a cucumber.
Okay. I'm cool. Okay. The murder suspect was as cool as a cucumber while the detectives questioned him for hours. Yeah. How stressful can that be? You know,
anything with the police?
Yeah.
There's something, like even when I know I haven't done something wrong,
Yeah.
when the police are around,
That environment.
yeah. And I also, like, I feel like I have to show that I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, I'm not doing anything wrong. But then I start to think, oh, does that make me look like I'm trying to cover up something?
Right.
So then I'm like, oh, I don't,
It's very psychological, isn't it? Right? So to be as cool as a cucumber, like for a job interview, you have a job interview. Of course you're going to be nervous.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you get in there, you're as cool as a cucumber. Some people are just good that way.
Yeah. I do think it depends on the situation. Like some people, for example, whenever it's a psychologically stressful, like that policeman, right? You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
They can be cool as a cucumber.
Right.
That is not me. But I feel like when an accident happens, like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm cool as a cucumber. Like when something happens that, like, someone has breaks when I broke my bone or whatever, I broke my finger.
You don't panic.
I didn't panic. It was just like, okay, what do I do? Let me look up hospitals on my phone. And I just walked to the hospital.
Wow.
And I got it done. Like, looking back later, I was like, it hurt, but I didn't, like, cry. I didn't stress. I didn't panic. It was just, well, this happened. All right, let's figure a solution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good for you,
So
Cameron.
sometimes that happens. Sometimes it doesn't. What about you? Are you cool as a cucumber?
I'm pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because as soon as something happens, I'm already looking for the solution. Like if something bad happens, it's like, okay, wait, calm down. Okay, there's no point in panicking or being like,
Yeah.
Just let's get through this.
Like if you get in a car wreck. Like some people that get in a car wreck, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I'm going to call insurance, whatever. Back in the U.S., I got in a car wreck.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, all right, I've got to take pictures. All right, I need to it was like just a process.
Good.
So sometimes you can be cool as a cucumber.
Okay.
Other times.
I want to
it's
be
not
with
as
you,
simple.
Cameron, when something happens.
I might be wrong, but I'm not going to be worried about it.
All right.
Yeah.
If you hail a cab or a taxi, it means to signal for a cab and taxi, like, taxi, right? Quick, hail a cab. We're going to be late.
I would, but there are already 10 people ahead of us.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes taking a taxi doesn't guarantee that you're going to get there faster.
It's true. It's so true.
I have many times, regretted getting into a taxi.
You get stuck in traffic.
I get stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
I'm like, I should have just gotten in the
Sometimes just
subway.
walked. Sometimes it's so much faster
So
to just
true.
walk.
So true. Okay, it was 2 a.m., an impossible time to hail a taxi in this part of town.
It's true.
Yep.
You know, if you're out late, kind of with friends or with coworkers,
Yeah.
depending on what part of Seoul you're in,
That's right.
you have to be, well, I'm going to have to walk to another part of Seoul
That's right.
to get a taxi.
Yes, yes, it's so true. So be careful when you're out in the late hours and you want to get home. Think about it before.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you are in the heart of somewhere, like the heart of Korea, heart of Seoul, means that you're in the center,
Yes.
in the most important place.
Yes. And it's not necessarily the physical center. It's like the important center.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So not so much always about location.
Yes.
Okay. I can't believe we're in the heart of art and culture.
One could argue that Rome, not Paris, is the heart of art and culture.
Yeah. So yeah, when you think of Paris, you think of, sure, it is the heart of France, but it's also the heart of art and culture and fashion.
Yeah, if you think of all the big museums,
Sure.
the artists that they had.
Antwerp, Belgium, is the heart of the global diamond trade.
Yes. So that's where all the diamonds go first, right? They don't find the diamonds in Belgium,
Yeah.
but they usually go there to be traded, to be worked on, those types of things.
Right. It's fun. It's interesting that people don't really think of going to Belgium. They go to other more famous cities, but it is on my list. I would like to go to maybe
Antwerp,
get a diamond.
Belgium?
Save some money.
Oh.
Oh.
That might be a little expensive, but hey.
That's going to be one expensive trip.
Oh.
Okay. Who would have thought is our power pattern? So like, this is such a surprise.
I was not expecting this.
Okay. Who would have thought we would see each other at an art auction?
We're football buddies.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Why are we both interested in art?
Yeah.
Who would have thought that Zach and Marie would get married? They did not like each
They
other.
hated each other.
Yeah, they fought all the time in our science group study group.
I've mentioned this before on Power English, but I ran into 이보영 선생님 at a outlet mall in Los Angeles, in America. Who would have thought it was the funniest, most bizarre encounter?
Destiny.
We were like, wait a second. 선생님? Yeah, okay. All right. So, Power Vocab Business Guru, do check that out. And do check out the definition on page 132. And also stop by.
오디오 학당.
Yeah, and subscribe for a very small fee. All right, that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.